My name is Reverend Donna Maurer, and I'm the spiritual leader of the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living in Amato, Arizona. I'm here on YouTube with our music director, Heather O'Day, and Louise Riley, who is serving as our practitioner of the day. We thank you for sharing your time with us, and Heather is going to ring the bells that open our service.
Good morning. My name is Heather O'Day, and I am the music director at the Sonoran Desert Center. Let's begin with our bells this morning.
I'm your practitioner today, and I know that for you and for all of us, there is one power, one presence, one divine intelligence, and I call it God or Spirit. It is perfect, whole, complete, and omnipotent. Where I am, it is. Where you are, it is. I know this truth for me, and I know it for you and for everyone, everywhere. We each unify with this one power, allowing the vibration of the Most High to resonate within and radiate outwards. We are each blessed as this vibration moves in and through each of us, uplifting us all to a higher level of consciousness. I know there is love, peace, joy, and harmony in every life, and we simply need to acknowledge and accept it as we move forward. With gratitude, I give thanks for this wonderful service this morning and for Reverend Donna's words that inspire and raise our consciousness. And so it is.
As above, so below, as within, so without. We are one, we are whole. Peace be to you, for you are safe. As above, so below, as within, so without. We are one, we are whole. Peace be to you, for you are safe. In the arms of love, we will find our strength. In the arms of love, we will find our care and our grace. As above, so below, as within, so without. We are one, we are whole. Peace be to you, for you are safe. Peace be to me, for I am safe. Peace be to us, for we are
Well, thank you, Heather. Well, since Saturday is or was Independence Day, depending on when you're watching this, and in light of all that's going on in our nation, I felt it appropriate to honor that celebration and the men who made freedom possible for you and me. So today, my topic is We the People. The Declaration of Independence, which was drafted on July 4th, 1776, begins, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." And our Constitution, signed in 1787, begins, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution pardon me, for the United States of America." These two documents, originally written, referred only to property-owning white men. It wasn't until 1868 that Blacks gained citizenship, and another 2 years before they could vote. It would be a whopping 144 years before women had that honor in 1920. The Native Americans were given citizenship status in 1924, but their right to vote was came by the states, and the latest one was New Mexico in 1962. So these documents on which our country is based change as consciousness changes, even as the words might remain the same. Who are the people who are created equal? For whom is a more perfect union formed? And how do we all secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity? These questions are being played out all over the country. And for me, I think we stand on the brink of something that will someday be as much a part of our history as those documents, that will someday stand beside the civil rights movement of Dr. Martin Luther King. And I think it calls for us to have conversations around race, around white privilege, and to realize that our brothers and sisters come in all colors, like the flowers in our garden. And whether we approve of the actions being taken by protesters or we don't, we do play a role in how the consciousness of our country will unfold. It is said that while conversing with some friends at a local Philadelphia tavern, Ben Franklin was accosted by a drunken man who had overheard him discussing the Declaration of Independence. Slandering the document, the young fellow shouted at Franklin, them words don't mean nothing at all. Where's all the happiness that that document says it guarantees us?" The quick-witted statesman sympathetically replied, "My friend, the Declaration of Independence only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself." And perhaps this is what is happening today. The right to pursue happiness must include the ability to catch it. Having to stand in line for 5 hours in order to vote hampers that ability. Discrepancies in the way people are treated because of skin color hampers that ability. I think there's going to be some hard questions in the coming months and some hard decisions. And I think we should all be involved in those conversations. While we may not personally be involved in clashes or protest movements, each of us needs to search our heart and answer the question, who is my brother? Who is my sister? And who is not? In rummaging through some files, I unearthed a talk by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, given at the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles on July 4th, 1937. His words, spoken over 80 years ago, are as apropos today as they were then. So today, I'm going to turn the balance of my talk over to Dr. Holmes in his words. True freedom, true liberty, has something cosmic behind it. If the time has come that modern science has proved that we cannot move a piece of paper without changing the balance of the entire physical universe, if we have come to the place where we know that the stuff of which our physical bodies are made is the same stuff of which the stars are made, if we have come to the place where such a profound unity is maintained that physicists believe there is no such disunity in the physical world, then we can easily see what the great spiritual leaders of the ages meant when they told us of that greater unity in which we all live and move and have our being. And that the idea of friendship, of freedom, is tied up with the true concept of the unity of good. If our nature is one, if God is one, then we are all tied into an indivisible unity. We shall have to get back to this unity to find the meaning of freedom. We are bound into a supreme unity. We are tied into an immutable law of irrevocable cause and effect. That is unity moving into action. Cause and effect is something that happens as a result of the use of unity. Consequently, we are one even while we are many. And since each one of us is a part of the whole, if we seek to destroy each other, we only ultimately hurt ourselves. That is the great lesson of life. We desire freedom. We do not like evil. We do not like pain. We do not like poverty. We do not like unhappiness. Why should we? None of us likes to go to bed and worry all night and get up tired out in the morning. God does not impose it on us. Why do we do it? Because we sense freedom. We sense liberty. We sense God. Yet out here in the objective world, we experience limitation. And the argument is between what we feel ought to take place and what we see and the world experiences. It seems as though we are two people, one that experiences evil and one that knows there should be no evil. I believe that the true spirit of democracy is a spiritual conception where there is freedom, liberty without license, and a flexibility that makes evolution possible on the foundation of freedom. As we enter into the spirit of the meaning of Independence Day, the day when liberty symbolically was conceived, the day when freedom objectively in our country was announced, we should think of it not merely as a political system or form of government, but we should think of it as a spiritual conception, an idea in the divine mind itself, taking form in human experience. We should learn to love that liberty. And in loving the idea, we should learn to tenderly and prayerfully handle the embodiment of that idea and nourish it always to a greater strength. We should really conceive again the great spiritual conception that the government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. Thank you, Dr. Holmes, and thank you. Namaste.
past 4 years, Guadalupe checked in to the Phoenix office of immigration. Both of her kids, U.S. born, but everything changed the day they took her away. In the home of the brave, in the land of the free, we are immigrants and pilgrims and refugees from every nation, one family. When you come for Guadalupe, you come for me. For the past 2 years, Kamal made his rounds. Interfaith Medical Center, New York City. He went in to visit his mom. Everything changed the day COVID took him away. In the home of the brave, in the land of the free, we are immigrants and pilgrims and refugees from every nation, one family. When you come for Kamal, you come for me. Give me your time, your poor huddled mass. This is America, built by dreamers, yearning to breathe free, breathe so free. If I had to leave my country, what would I do? If the way that I dressed was a trigger for you, I'm not welcome here. Where would I go? I could sail away on an ocean of hope. In the home of the brave, in the land of the free, we are immigrants and pilgrims and refugees. Oh, from every nation, one family. When you come for Guadalupe, for Kamal, when you come for my neighbor, you come for me.
Thank you, Heather. And thank you for joining us today. We would like to continue our messages with you, and so we'd greatly appreciate your financial support. Please visit our website, cslaz.org, and click on the donate button. And we thank you for your consideration. And now I turn our service over to Louise for our closing affirmative prayer.
So thank you, Reverend Donna and Heather. The music was absolutely beautiful, Heather and Reverend Donna. I just love how you always incorporate the holidays and get us thinking. So I went on the website gratefulness.org and they had an article, and I'm just going to read a couple of it's about caring for self and others in times of trouble, and these are some spiritual tools and tips. I'm just going to touch on a few, but I think we could all use them as Arizona starts to shut down again. Ground yourself in the present moment. Focus on your awareness, something real, enduring, or beautiful in your surroundings. Look up often. Discover the wonder and awe that is already here. Acknowledge your fears, anxieties, and concerns. Offer them up in prayer. Feel what you feel, honor it, and know that it is not the final word. Create and sustain community. Show up for one another. Listen compassionately. Practice empathy. Even while avoiding close physical contact, message the people you care about. Check in on folks. Call your mother, your brother, your friend. Just stay in touch. And practice kindness. There is a temptation in health concerns to view others as threats. Remember, we are in this together. Connect with your spiritual, religious, humanist, cultural, or other communities. Find strength and solace and power in tradition, texts, rituals, practices, holy times, and seasons. And last, practice hope. Trust in the future and power to endure and persist and to live fully into the goodness that awaits. Namaste.